up with more solar panels going in here. We're currently at 207. Maybe we might not be able to without actually landfilling this, since so much of it is actually in the water. Should be fine. Raining on trash burning day. That doesn't seem very effective for allowing the burninating to happen. We're already over 100 C on our heat pipe, so that's good. Not making steam quite yet because we need 500 C for the steam, for this particular type of steam. I would like to remove all those trees. Oh, why did that one not place? Oh, because it actually has a landfill. Alright, so that's 342 mirrors, which gets us up to about 37 megawatts off that particular tower. We got more room here I think we can get. Quite get that stuff, but that's a decent amount of coverage for that one. 352 of the mirrors for this one. Okay. Let's do this blueprint style. All the track, all the signals, and the offshore pump. All right, blueprints. Put this out here. We should be able to get most of these mirrors in here. All right. Not making steam quite yet, but that temp is coming up quick. Nice. Is this the most efficient way of generating power? Probably not. But it looks cool, and that's what really matters. So each one of these can do 5. 5 times 6 is 30. So I'm actually underdoing the number of steam turbines over here. This side's probably pretty close, but this side I definitely need to add more. But I can use this null space between these two towers for that purpose. And we'll use it for that purpose. I need a place to put this. Okay, we're at 218. Temps are coming up on this side nicely. Oh, this is the water input. Okay, why are you not getting these trees? Is it because you're out of power? All right, we need another offshore pump. All right, so we need to go get more iron. I need to let the bots charge anyway. We're up to 28 megawatts on the big solar. One more line. All right, we are very slowly charging those batteries. $392. Hi, robots. We're already at 420 on the temperature on the side. Just blaze it. Very rapidly getting that temp to climb. Almost all the mirrors. It's very bright. How are these trees still in the middle of this area? Okay, that's pretty much all the space used by these. We're at 55 megawatts of generation. Steam is flowing. I wonder... I'm thinking that maybe I should connect the two steam batteries. It should be... should be okay. So the steam can fill all of these tanks from both of them. And now we're looking at 44 megawatts available from the big turbines, with potential to, or 45 megawatts being produced by them, with the potential to burst much higher. I think is how that's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to use or build too many more of these things, just because they are so... they do take up so much room. But they are cool looking. They do have a nice look to them. They just take up so much room on the map. Alright, so we've done that. We got this copper patch going. It's doing nicely. We've already knocked 100,000 iron ore off of this patch because it was at 450 something earlier, I'm pretty sure. Just want to get all of this ore out of the way so we can use that patch. Or get the rails completed, rather. Okay, do everything except for that little bit. That's fine. Alright, so we got iron and copper down here. We have a tiny oil patch way over there. We have an oil patch here. A bunch of copper. So we've got some decent patches out that direction. Some oil here. I think the next thing that probably makes sense to work on is going to be... I should probably finish putting the drills on here just to clear that patch, since I did that super awkward in the middle of the block. And probably finish setting up this stone patch. Let's do that. Let's go get this stone patch sorted out. So we'll come down here and park around there. We're not blocking anything. Let's put the mirrors back in here. We need to go by that station and drop off the extra mirrors. Okay. That gets this patch fully covered. We have a good amount of brick in here. Clean up this line. To the extent that we are able to currently. We're not using a lot of stone in base, so I don't feel bad getting rid of most of that. So move some science packs. And then we should probably consider starting to build new science blocks. Let's see. Let's go up to this patch and clean up the dead miners. It'll still take a while to clear out these two patches, but it's getting there. See if we can manage to safely drive over here and park. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick that up. All right, hurry up, robots. All right, let's put these all back in here to save it from making as many of them as it might need to otherwise. All right, let's go over here and start working on finishing that rail segment. We need more rail. I guess that's the next thing we should do is make a rail setup stop. Where to do? We could do here. Factory planner. New factory rail things. All right, so in this, we want some locomotives. We want some cargo wagons, some fluid wagons, some rail, eventually probably some elevated rail, some stops. Oh, actually probably some rail ramps. Let's do one of those. Some train stops. Some combinators. And rail signals of both varieties. Let's... I don't know if I have enough rail to do this. Probably not. Definitely not. I'm going to go park over here. That's actually where I should park the cars, in that little block. Actually, what I should do here for the time being is just add a rail block here. Or a station block, rather. And then we're going to park... We're just going to park the car here. So that I can use it to get up into here, to get things like rail and wagons and stuff like that until I no longer need to. Alright, so train, I want you to come over here and park here for the moment. Let's put a station here. The station doesn't actually exist, so I can't mark it or can't navigate to it. Do I also want to make power poles here? Because I probably have everything I need to make power poles as well. I'm going to say The answer to that is probably. Alright, so let's start with rail. If I just matrix this, it'll be fine for doing all the things. I'm not going to make or set the recipes for those yet. That's fine. It'd be nice if there was a sort option that would just let me sort this entire list. So if I exclude the locomotives and wagons, this is actually a really simple thing. Yeah. I see what I did there. These are just regular engines, so this is actually not terrible. It's just a lot of iron, mostly. We could add one of these. Add those. Need pumps for fluid stations. A lot of assembling machines to make the engine units. Okay, so quality for the locomotive only affects health. It doesn't give it any more power or anything. Quality fuel, or solid fuel, would probably be... could be nice. Quality nuclear fuel would be really fun. 137% bonus to top speed. 475% acceleration with legendary. That could be fun. I guess it's the same top speed boost as rocket fuel. So it probably doesn't make 100 megajoules. It does last longer. But if I was to make legendary fuel, it probably does not make sense to go all the way up to the nuclear fuel for the for that part. Okay, so we have all the things. Let's go... we're going to do that here, so let's go hop in the train. We go to here. Alright, now that we can see this area, I need radar in here as well. One of the drills over here is done. Definitely doing better on keeping the, well, I say that. Not all of these are actually busy. I should probably upgrade all of the inputs belts to red. Upgrade both of these belts here to red all the way through. Would probably help matters. I want to take this, select new contents, like that. No trains. I'm going to keep the little curly ending here because that'll just help with the alignment even more. That way our default is setting up a 2-lane thing. Alright, so let's bring you to here. I'm going to do a requester. Actually, let's do the provider first, because then we can sort of align them a little bit. I need copper. Wait. I did the wrong station up there. Request. Let's start with copper plates. Merge all the boxes. I am short on copper. I need copper at this stop anyway, so let's... I can't make the CyberSim combinator to do that, so I guess we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to go on a trip on our magic rocket ship. Let's go down, place our train stop here. There we go, we'll do that. We need to go here and pick up more inserters. Ooh, 50 of those. Nice. All right, so let's go back up here. We need 2 deciders and a regular. Did I have... Let's put that in there. Might as well put those in there. Those are, again, super easy recipes. I think what I'm going to do for all of these recipes that are just copper wire or copper cable and electronic circuits, I'm going to do those with recipe setting. That seems like an easy, super easy win for those. If we, again, remove that half of the request station, where's this copper plate going? Chip request. I'm assuming that that's red because we don't have the stuff for it at the moment. Okay, so we need copper, electronic circuits, iron, steel, and stone. Iron, steel, stone, green circuits. I think if I take from here, if I put here, I want to... I don't get the read from the train that I want, but I have a... There is a train on the way. That's blocked because we were silly. I want that to be... I get the... I think I just want to run red from here to set filters. Because that way, the filters will get set to whatever the train is unloading. Okay, we got stone on the way. And this will tell us if the way that I just changed the wiring on this will work properly. It also saves a combinator because I don't need to do math off the request to set the filter. I'm just getting it off the train info. Yeah, perfect. Way better. All right, so we have our request set. I think I want to do, let's see, how many do we need doing copper wire? We need one machine doing copper cable. So if I were to split filters, I want this to be green circuits on one side, copper cable on the other. Let's move that over by one. We're going to have our one copper cable producer. We're going to hook up a green to this to say enable if copper cable is less than 300. I'm going to set this to copper plates. That's fine. That should be sufficient volume to do what I need for that. Okay, so now we have we have circuits and cables on one belt here. And because the actual number of machines we need to do all of the combinator stuff that I want to do is pretty low, it's all going to go into one side here. Let's see, if I put this here, now what I want to have is one of these guys, one of these guys, so we're going to have this be train combinators. Request. We're going to say constant combinators, negative 200. So we're going to try to have 200 of those. Did I put selector combinators in here? I didn't. What do selectors take? Selectors take red circuits, so we're not going to do selectors here. We will have deciders, arithmetic, the only one we can't do specifically this way is the CyberSyn constant combinator, because it takes a green chip plus the constant combinator. I don't want to do that one. So this is going to be the CyberSyn constant combinators. Enable if this is less than, we're going to say 100 of the CyberSyn combinators is going to be, actually, what do they stack to? They stack to 50, so we'll have one stack worth of these. One stack of those is going to be plenty. Alright, so this, that's those cybernetic combinators. I guess this is the request combinator. This is the station combinator. So having 200 of those is also overkill, but it might be helpful. Constant combinators, decider, arithmetic. And, okay. Alright, so then I need the selector combinator. It's going to, let's see. That'll probably be fine. Pull green up here. I'm going to need arithmetic to take the inventory minus these. So this is going to take, let's put these in here. That's not going to help me. Let's make a couple of these to put in here. That also did not help me. What's the stack? Okay, can you leave that in there, please? Thank you. I want something on the signal so I can make sure that I'm getting the expected info. We'll take red from here to here. Take green from here to here. So this should be green each minus each red output each. That gives us positive values. Plus, there we go. And now if we take this to here, I still need to invert that. Set recipe. Because it's negative, it's not setting that. Too bad I can't do multiple operations on a single arithmetic combinator. Okay, now we're going to take each times -1 output each. So now it has instructions to make the constant combinators. This should be okay to just let run. So what is it going to... Does it just stay on that signal until it runs, until it disappears? Just want to see that run faster. Okay, how did it get... That's not what I expected to have happen. Okay, so that's definitely a thing. Over here... Green. Oh, I was doing just greater than 0 on the decider. Alright, give me a decider combinator. Alright, so we're going to say each greater than 0, output each. I guess it doesn't matter what the value is necessarily. And I'm kind of okay with it just finishing one thing before moving to the next. Okay, this should be fine. It does still clear the ingredients between recipes, which I was hoping that it wouldn't do. Because that ends up leaving me with weird ingredients left over. Not really weird, but it leaves me with things left over that I didn't really want to have left over in the box. Okay, from a operational standpoint, this won't matter if it's not running constantly, because it has plenty of cycles over time to do what it needs to do. And it's ultimately just going to keep this filled for me, and I won't have to worry about it. Okay, so that's all done. We can check off that one, that one, that one, and those. Okay, so what do we have we have the rail signals are just circuits and iron plates. So I can do the same thing with those. What I could potentially do is pull iron down here. If I bring iron down here, I could even just let the signals go through this as well. And then the only thing I need after that is to have a cleanup that takes the stuff that's not intended to be in these boxes. Train wreck cleanup, which would be green circuits, iron plates, and copper cable. Run a wire from here to here, set filters. Run this belt up here. And as long as I don't end up pulling more than 5 items into this box, then we're fine. But I think that this will be fine because the other stuff will take a little bit more room to make. Probably. Side combinator's just a little bit slower, or I guess it's because I'm splitting the load times here. All right, for this we're going to add iron plates to. We're going to add rail signal negative 400. And rail chain signal, negative 400. I think I am going to change this to random input with, let's say, 600 would be every 10 seconds it can change. If I put one of these here, then the changeover cycle for that will be much faster. That way, we're not only filling it with one thing, it will cycle through. We'll have at least a chance at getting the stuff that we actually need. This can easily handle sending all the stuff we don't need back. And this is just, I think, easier overall to do what we want to do. All right, so let's... Is that a sufficient quantity of time for it? I think so. I feel okay with that. So that puts those as complete. This is complete. All right, so now rail only needs one machine to make it. One assembler making iron sticks. Do I do the same thing with iron sticks that I'm doing with copper cable? I feel like the answer to that is yes. And then I can put... I also have gears. What all needs gears? I need one machine to make the gears, two machines making pipes. Let's see. I'm using smaller blocks than I've done in a lot of my run, or a lot of my plays. And that's definitely cramps the space that I have in the station zone. And I like to build stuff in this little area. But I don't think I can do everything I want to do in this tiny little space. So let's see here. If I were to... run... So none of the iron stuff needs a lot of belt capacity. I only need one machine for making the gears. It just needs to go into 3 different things. I think the sticks makes the most sense to put back into the box. we're going to do that. We're going to say this is enabled if iron sticks are less than 500. We're going to say this is going to have iron and iron sticks on it. Okay, I think that's reasonable. Because we need... Do I want it... Iron and iron sticks, though. What else? Probably not. Let's put those in. Alright, so that's that part. I think what I want... So I need one machine making rail. If I put stone on one side... So there's our stone, and then I want steel plates and iron sticks. This is going to make rail. Let's actually put that here, and then I can use this with lock on it to say... I guess the rail I was kind of thinking about putting on both sides, though. If I do that, I need that rail... I need this to go somewhere else. I'm definitely running out of room in this man-in-the-middle zone. Actually, I don't even need that. Got power connected across already. Okay. Let's see. I'd like to have both of these separate. Just for simplicity's sake. Alright, so what other pairings do I need? I'm going to need... Iron sticks and steel go into a lot of things. I'm almost tempted to make another box over here and just move contents, but then I starve this stuff. All right, let's do this. Let's get our steel, iron sticks. I could potentially just use other means to balance between the two sides. Oh, our carbonator production is doing well. I think I might even bump this to 20 seconds. That should be plenty. Let's just put everything on this side for now. I can deal with the other side later. Rail stacks to 100. Let's dedicate 50 spots to that. So 5,000 rail. Alright, so we got those. I could bring copper coil out here and then put these together over here. Then I could also get all the pipes and gears and stuff like that done over here. Hardest part about a lot of this is just what do you pair together. I'm going to need to make them all to make things, or make a station making assembly machines and other core items too. Let's see. Let's put... Let's put copper coil on this. We have sense there. Oh, it doesn't quite reach. We're going to do that for reasons unknown to me at this time. Okay. Frees up some real estate. So if I have this belt going across here with the steel and iron sticks, have those on both sides, and we can do that. We can say medium electric poles. Let's say 400 of those. And 400 big telepoles. Alright, so now I just need this connected in a way that doesn't restrict me from everything else. I don't know if I'm going to get... I don't know that I get the pumps and the extra pipes. I think I just need to... delete that. The tanks are already going to be made, so we can get those in. We could potentially do the same with the pipes, but it might still be asking a bit much. So I guess, let's see, these are done and have spots. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more spots. 2, 3, 4. That leaves us with 1 extra space. To fit more stuff in here. So if I have, with that last space, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. No, I do not have extra spaces. That's putting tanks, fluid wagons, cargo wagons, locomotives, and stations in. So we're going to delete that, and that from this plan. All right. This... So I want sticks and steel. Is that the only thing? Oh, the only other thing that sticks and steel goes to is the train stops. And that's along with iron. And the circuits. So I need circuits. I'll just run those that way for now. Welcome to Spaghetti Station, where we try to pack as much stuff in as we can and make it hard on ourselves. Okay, so we need iron and circuits. Iron, circuits. And the other stuff... So apart from that, the other things we need... use iron and steel. Iron, steel, and circuits. So those I can do... I can loop, build them here, and then bring them back. So let's put this here. Red arm. Blue arm. Okay. This... is going to be enable on train stops less than... what do these stack to? These stack to 10. Let's say less than 100, so we have plenty to work with. Okay. Look at all the pretty train signals. We're getting... this requested production is getting close to filling all of its requests. Alright, so now we have that done. We have 1, 2, 3... No, 1, 2, 3, 4 things left that are going in. We have 4 slots left. So let's see how we're going to get those 4 belts. Because I only need to send... Actually, I can send this belt with iron and circuits across. And that's fine. Okay. So then, so that's iron and circuits. The only other thing I need to get across is steel plates, which I could technically just filter, or just shame these aren't on the opposite sides. Let's switch these. How are we doing on rail anyway? 24,000. 2,400. Nice. Because what I can do now is take this here. And there's my iron across, there's the copper, or the circuits and iron, and I can do the rest of the stuff I need up here. Alright, so, for the rest of the stuff we need, we want tanks to end up on one side of this, but we want them to go into the fluid wagons first. So let's do tanks. Fluid wagons. I wish I had one more space to work with here. Would make this a bit easier. We'll make this work, but it'd be easier with just that tiny bit more room. Alright, so that's going to put the tanks in here. It needs to have gears. I want... What this to do is if I want this to read contents and look for tanks. Has automated insertion limit of 2, so this should be tanks less than 2. Or no, tanks. Tanks equal to, then this one is allowed to put stuff on this belt. Alright, so now we just got to get materials to these. Let's look at the other stuff. So I need to make gears and pipes. Pipes are needed for engines. So if I take the iron, so locomotives are going to be on one side of this belt. Okay, so tanks and fluid wagons. Fluid wagon less than, would be stacked to 5, let's say 25 is probably enough of those. Actually, we'll do 50. 10 stacks of it. It's fine. And then here, we're going to say tanks have a stack size of 50. We're going to say 10 stacks of those as well. 500 tanks. That way we can have an easy spot to grab a bunch of tanks to use for other stuff. So those two are done. Then this one, locomotives stacked to 5. We're going to say 50, 10 stacks. Done. And then finally, cargo wagons stacked to 5. This one we have potential to need a lot more of when we're making trains. So I'm going to say 100 for that one. Because we're generally going to make more cargo trains than fluid trains. Something else that I probably should set up here is a request for solid fuel, or whatever fuel we happen to be running the trains on. Okay, so then if I make a splitter here that filters iron to the right, I don't need iron there. I do need iron over in this area. And then I just need to get steel and engines back into this. That's the only place I need the engines. Do I really need... That's the only thing I need engines for, so do I really care? I don't think I care if I have enough to make one per minute. If it's one per 5 minutes, that's still going to be fine for our purposes here. So we're just going to do that. Gears and pipe. Gears. Pipe. How am I getting that iron into those? If I move this over... I did not mute my mic. The mic batteries just died, and I hadn't looked over at the mic in enough time to notice. Whoops. How you doing, llama boy? Pro streamer right here. Totally pro streamer. Pro Factorio player, too. Look, I can spaghetti with the best of them. Okay, so that's going to put gears here, which lets me do this guy here for God knows what reason. What am I doing with my life here? Okay, we don't get anywhere close to far enough, but I can move this. Playing a game that went really quiet because I was focused. I mean, I do get on that focus mode sometimes, but I tried to pay attention to chat and stuff. This is our cargo wagons. You can go out that direction. Okay, that's done. Check. So the last thing left in this hideous monstrosity is getting steel over to this side, which I think I'm just going to pull another line off the main storage box, main station box. Oop, let's not get ran over by a train. We've already died twice to trains in this game. And setting up power. Let's do some power. We do need to get at least some reach on our power. This can go here. That's all doing what it's supposed to. Engines in here, all is well. Our cargo wagons are making their way down. So cool. It's functional. Okay, so we need one more of these here without the iron sticks on it. And then we need to take this to go that way. Okay. Steel is going in. Ah, I do not have iron plates over here. I guess I should put iron on this line as well. And just not worry about the rest of the stuff. Okay. Our train making stuff, train part making stuff is done. For whatever this is. It is now functional. I feel accomplished that we have made that do things. It's spaghetti that anybody can be proud of. Our random recipe maker is currently idle because all of its requests are fulfilled. So that works out nicely. It's a functional system. Let's grab some power poles. Let's get some small power poles. I'm going to transition everything away from the small electric poles just simply because the big ones are bigger range and I can be more consistent with them, so I'm just going to leave those in here. And we'll take a tank that just popped up. I need to get a inventory sorter mod added because these boxes are a nightmare to find things in. And I think I just need to grab some extra rail here. And we'll make our way over here to work on completing some more rail. Now that I have parts being mass-produced. Well, mass-ish produced. I don't have to pocket craft all of the signals and power poles now. It's definitely a step up. In terms of general things to do, I think our next big thing is going to be working on getting the science transitioned to our rail network. I think this oil supply is basically done. Doesn't make a lot of oil over here, but I think it's basically done. So I don't think I need this oil supply 1 to-do item anymore. But we need to make our green and red science, get our blue science production turned into a stop. And then I think once that's done, we need to make assembling machines somewhere. But I think we can basically tear down all of this original stuff and all of the smelting. In fact, I should go turn all of that off now. And just the next things, let it filter through the remainder of materials that it has. And just let everything else go through the new systems. Ooh, we've drained a lot out of this ore patch tonight. Okay, that ends up going directly into a lake. We may landfill across that corner. I don't know yet. I'm not making landfill yet, so I can't really do that yet, but might. How's this patch doing? 2.4 million. I probably should look at making... That station's full. Wonder if I should consider doing quality mods on my ore mining. Or if that's just going to make more of a headache than it's worth. probably be more headache than it's worth. How's our power doing anyway? 30 megawatts running off the solar system. We used up almost all the rail signals I had picked up. All right. I'm feeling accomplished. We're going to be wrapping up here fairly soon. I'm going to finish this block of rail. What other rail is? We'll get this rail done and this rail done. I think we'll call it accomplished sufficiently. Before I do the next segment, let's go back up to the rail area and get more signals. Now that has signals to make more rail, has inputs to make more rail signals. There we go. Let's go down to here. Get this segment finished. Then we'll go over here and run that block. I thought it slipped there. That's really unfortunate that that coal patch is right in the middle of the intersection. The question being, do I want to mine that out before I build that block of rail? I don't know. That is an undecided item at the moment. I do want to get a radar in that corner. Get the vision spreading out more. We're sort of getting this mess structured out so we can... Oh, there's our first spider nest. There's our first spiders that we can see on the map. Still got a while before they become an issue, but I should probably consider walling up some of these areas so they can't get to us. Or at least starting to make some military and building some turret lines. Go up here and do signals. Come on. Come on, little robots. All right, let's go here. Do, 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 do. How big is this mining? This patch, 1.8 million coal. We have 1.8 million here. I don't think I'm going to worry about this coal patch. All right. That gives us vision on this corner. I think we can use this area as a walling area. I don't know what we have around this way, this area yet. That's not where we wanted to go. All right. Another rail connection complete. So we got several blocks done. Let's... Much rail do I have? 575. Let's go ahead and do, while we're at it, let's do a little bit more, because this block needs to be filled in to do the green and red science that we're going to do up here. I haven't decided how much green and red science I'm going to do here. Probably not. I'm probably not going to go too crazy with volume. What do I have in science here? Got it set up for 50. Submit. Yeah, that's only 5 assemblers to do 50. Maybe I should look at doing... Well, for 100 per minute for blue is a lot more. $50 is probably good enough for our purposes on this play. Especially for the ways that we have to produce them right now. Because I think once we actually get around to doing the DLC content, then I think we end up with much better ways to do it. I think once we go through Vulcanus, whatever you want to call it. Once we go to Lava Boy, then making the science with the molten, with foundries, I think is going to be much better. I suspect it will be much better anyway. I haven't looked at the stats to have... Oh, this is already almost done. We might as well finish this block since we're already right here. Already have all the stuff we need to finish it. I think that might be... I think 50 is probably going to be a good enough number for our purposes. We don't need to go crazy. Nothing visible. I could go put a radar here. Let's go put a radar up in this block. Radar here. There's a mini iron patch right on the water over there. All right. Have a little bit down here, but we can't really finish that because of the cliff. We might need to consider adding more train capacity soon, which we could potentially do most of this segment, and trains would be able to leave going back this way if we were to put a depot over here. But I think we can also add some more rail to this depot. Might be the better way of adding that. We can delete this to do. We have plenty of steam battery on these. How is our... That's looking pretty good overall. Not that it needs to be running, but let's go park the train. We'll go move some more blue science that we have stockpiled and clean up finished mining at the starter base, small mining, or starter patches. Let's see. I wanted to take this. Why didn't you go to the station? Add a weight condition. Passenger present. Inactivity. Okay. There we go. Now we can unload. Unload our junk cargo. All of this well, maybe not all of it, but definitely that part of this block can be removed. That can go away. That. Got 2,000 rail in here. Wasn't me. I didn't crash. Let's see. What can I get rid of? I should put filters on this. Let's see. We're going to call this Personal Train Cleanup. It's going to clean up stone, wood. We'll leave it at that for now. This is going to be set filters. So now I can put stuff like this in here and it won't get yanked out. I really need to make a actual loading stop for the random stuff. Let's just go ahead and let the bots remove this belt. I need to backtrack, remove all of this. Woo, that was... Oh, we're out of plastic up here. That's fine. I'm not gonna... I don't think I'm gonna actually haul any more plastic up here either. I'm gonna let it do with those 70 blue science what it can, and then our science is basically just going to be paused until we get the new science stations up and running. Okay, at that, we'll dump onto the train. All right, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that stone belt needs to go away. It's already emptying, so that's good. We don't have any more stone coming into the original base anyway. We were going to go clean up mining before we wrapped up today. So let's do that real quick. I think I might just go ahead and turn off I'm just going to turn off the all the material inputs to the original base and let it start draining. This has 1,000 left in it. Because we're already transitioned to primarily train-based loading of our ores. These are just finishing up. These patches are almost gone. I'm not going to worry about finishing this coal patch. It's really just driving main power right now. Or original power, I guess I should say. really just want this to clean up this patch. Is the main reason I'm even mining all of this. So it's good ore right next to where we built our smelteries. All right, so that stone is fine. It's draining off. Where is... That is a question. We got 3 million stone there. Do I have any other stone? Is that 3 million the only other stone I have visible so far? There's a tiny 600k there. We are... I mean, stone is not super critical for a while. But that 3 million right there is the only other stone we have visible on the map right now. Oh, there's another nest. How is our... Oh, we see a little bit more up there. Yeah, we definitely need to start looking at getting some walls up. I think across here, on these two segments, this area, these two spots, here, and then it's gonna be a big segment. I guess I should drive over here. Let's do this. Let's go car. Do scout this area. Just to see what the water looks like over here. Stone mid-bottom base. Oh, there is one there. Good eye. That's 2 million stone there. That should be enough to hold us for a good while. Between those two, both of these are pretty easy to set up on the smelters, or the train, I think. This one definitely is. This one might be on the line. I need to scout this area to see what potential bottlenecks I can create here. I really need to go to space and do more of that stuff, but we're too busy getting the rail set up. All right, let's save this. This will soon be eligible for dismantlement, and then we'll have more space available to do new build-outs. But yeah, save game. Quit game before I get distracted and do more. It happens. That's going to be it for tonight. I think we'll be most likely doing more Factorio tomorrow. That is the general plan anyway. Let's see what we want to do. Oh, I also need to set up a new thing. Ah, you got here just in time, Milt. I need to set up a new timer on the bot. I'm going to put that screen up so I remember to do that here in a minute. Let's see. Let's go say hi to System Chalk. I met System Chalk through D-Pain. I met System Chalk through D-Pain. He does a lot of more in-depth lore-relating lore stuff on games, and very deep explanations. Really cool guy. Did a couple of the Pointless Discourse podcasts with him, and yeah, had a lot of fun with that. So we'll go say hi